We're back again. Another evening with the Bat Cat. Kitty. So here she is in her whole glory. A rear view mirror, as you might see. You gonna look at us today? Yeah, there she is, being cute as she does. Okay, so anyway, that was a nice little view of the kitty, Bat Cat. Well, let's think about what's been going on lately. A lot of stuff with Vox Day, and Ethan Van Sciver. That's still going on. It looks like it's going to be a whole court issue with the trademark or so that Vox Day can't do his thing where he thinks he can take Comicsgate and make it his own, try and subvert. I guess you could say he's trying to subvert everybody's expectations of Comicsgate. Pulling a Johnson, as you might say. So, anyway, that sucks. I mean, I feel for Ethan. I mean, he doesn't deserve that kind of BS, man. He builds something up, and some guy comes along thinking that he's, better than everybody else, and decides to take his idea and try and take what he's built and use it, for his own gain, just to spite people. I mean, that's pretty awful. I mean, there's only so far you can go before you go, what are you doing? What are you doing? You gotta stop, you gotta look, you gotta say, why am I doing this? I'm an idiot. It's like, come on. Vox Day, friggin' open up your eyes and take a nice big breath, or inhale a nice big of fresh air, and maybe your brain clears up. I don't know. Frickin' hey, do something. Frickin' sit in that chair and looking like the Prince of Darkness or whatever. I mean, whatever. I mean, the whole thing is that I don't really care about Vox Day's views. As far as him being alt-right and all that, who cares? It's the fact that he can't leave other people's stuff alone. Why? It's petty, and it's awful. Alright, really that's all I gotta say about Vox Day. I mean, really, what more can you say than the fact that he's an idiot? And he's just using this as a, like Ethan Van Sciver and his and all the other guys on Comicsgate say, it's a cash grab. That's what it is, cash grab. And so let's move on to another topic that is, we still have the whole thing with Star Trek Discovery and their plagiarism, as it were. Taking somebody else's idea and making it into Star Trek Discovery. I mean, I'm sorry, but what were they thinking? Where did they get off saying that show and that man's game are not the same thing? You just move a couple things around. Oh, Star Trek Discovery. I'm sorry, man, but that's not the way it works. Not to mention the fact that they've got freaking, like Doomcock likes to say, the plank of wood starring, and then they had that whole freaking captain's picture. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, and she's standing in front of Kirk and Picard, and she's in front. She isn't even a captain, people. Come on now. She's not a captain. She doesn't belong in that shot. Yes, she is a lead character in Star Trek Discovery. That doesn't mean that she deserves to be standing in front of Kirk and Picard. It's wrong. Everybody knows it's wrong. That's all I got to say on that. Frick. No, the whole Star Trek thing gets me even more than like Vox Day and all that. Because, I mean, you can at least, somebody does that. Somebody does, the stuff that Vox Day does. You hear it every day. But Star Trek Discovery goes to a whole new level of incompetence. It's like Kurtzman. People, Kurtzman tries to make a Star Trek movie, Into Darkness, awful. Movie was awful. Everybody knows it was awful. I'm not totally against, J.J. Verse. The Kelvin timeline. The first one I thought was, it was passable. For an origin story. Star Trek Into Darkness is blatantly just destroying the prime timeline in every possible way. There's no way around that. I mean, you look at what they did with the transporter that can take you all the way over to wherever, and then you got the thing that brings you back to life, Khan's blood. Suddenly you can't die. You can transport wherever you want in the universe. Can't die because you got Khan's blood on supply. It's... I know I'm rehashing some of the stuff that the other guys have said, but I mean, basically, I want to put my spin, I want to give my feelings about it. And, the fact that they've got the whole thing going on with Spock coming into the next season. I mean, there's no reason to bring Spock into the next season. None. Okay, let's bring Spock in, but then he's not going to be the Spock that we all know. Why? Why not bring in a Spock that we all know? Nobody wants to see some freaking Spock that's going to be crying like a baby every day. I'm sorry, but I'm not into that. I don't want to see Spock crying like a baby. Yelling at everybody, pretending that he's, has feelings and everything, and he can't control them. It's just awful. It's awful. It's to a place now where you can sit there and say, "Oh, no, I don't want that. I do not want that because that is not the way it's supposed to be. It's gone too far." I didn't like the first season, to tell you the truth. I thought it was a bunch of crap. Freaking Klingons that graft their minds onto human beings. I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense compared to what they freaking said that they were doing. From what I could see, they were like breaking a Klingon down into a human and then using, who knows. It's freaking craziness. That's... I don't know. You can only go so far before you say, you are a bunch of assholes. You need to stop. You need to stop now. Friggin', get online. Go, I am sorry for what we've done. I am sorry, we are idiots. I'm walking away now. That should be Kurtzman, man. He should be like, I'm sorry. I don't even know what the hell I was doing. I don't know why I was doing it. They friggin' paid me. That's it. They pay me to do something I don't know anything about. I'm walking away while I still have the chance. With some dignity, you could do that. Well, at this point, there's no dignity involved. I mean, he screwed the whole thing up. He's a freaking moron. I hate Kurtzman. Friggin' hate Planky Spock. I can't stand, I can't believe that they're bringing, it's too far, man. Bringing Spock in. in the next season. It's too much. You know, that's all I really have to say on the subject at this point. I mean, I could go on for, hours talking about how Star Trek Discovery needs to have its ass kicked into a hole and buried for life, but, whatever. There's only so much a YouTuber can do. All I can do is give you my opinion of what's going on. And sit out here in my backyard and look at, nice view here of Bougainvillea, and say, if only Star Trek Discovery could look as good as a full-grown Bougainvillea tree, or I should say bush. But in fact it isn't, so we all have to live with that. We have to live with what we've seen. It makes you feel like you're just being beat down. No matter where you turn, there's Star Wars, there's Star Trek, there's, everywhere you look, it's just another beatdown on what you believe in and what you knew as a child. It's like alright, I've said enough for one evening. Alright, this is Batcat Productions, signing off. Everybody have a great evening.